Good morning, students. Welcome you all once again in my YouTube channel. I am Sunil Sangle, going to teach you the new concept under the unit number 4, which is sequential logic design. This is counters. So today we are going to discuss the sequential logic counters. The first part, introduction of counter, the different types of counters like synchronous or ripple counter, synchronous, asynchronous counter with the mod number, synchronous down counter. Synchronous means parallel counter, up and down synchronous counter, and designing synchronous counter. So first of all, we'll see what exactly mean by counters. Counter are circuit that cycle through a specified number of states. Two types of counter: synchronous means parallel counter, asynchronous means ripple counter. So ripple counter allows some flip-flops output to be used as a source of clock for other flip-flops. Synchronous counter apply the same clock to all flip-flops. That is a major difference between the synchronous and asynchronous counter. So we'll see the first type of counter, that is a ripple counter or asynchronous counter. Asynchronous counters, the flip-flops do not change the state at exactly the same time as they do not have a common clock pulse. Here in asynchronous counter, only the clock is provided to the first flip-flop, and further that the remaining flip-flops will take the clock from the previous flip-flop output. Also, this counter as a ripple counter, as the input clock pulses ripples through the counter, cumulative delay is drawback. The one drawback of this counter is there is a cumulative delay between the all flip-flop. So here n flip-flops, the modulus or 2 raised to n counters, the counters mod x counter cycles through the x states. Output of the last flip-flop, that is MSB, divides the input clock frequency by the mod number of the counters. Hence, a counter is also a frequency divider. First of all, we'll see the first example of asynchronous ripple counter, that is a 2-bit ripple binary counter. Here the output of one flip-flop is connected to the clock input of the next more significant flip-flop. This diagram shows the clock is connected to the first flip-flop, but the clock of the second flip-flop as a taken of the previous flip-flop output. So here this positive triggered clock is provided to the flip-flop 0, and flip-flop 1 will take the clock from the inverse output of the first flip-flop, that is a Q bar 0, and the input for the both flip-flop will take as the same 1 1. Because of J and K both are 1 1, then it gives the toggled output. So here the clock is provided, positive triggered clock is provided. So we'll see what exactly the output of the Q0 and Q1. Very initially the output of the first clock cycle, Q0 is 0 and Q1 is 0, because of initially both are not set. So that's why the output of the Q0 and Q1 is 0 0. But when you are providing the input to the clock input to the first flip-flop, and that time the first flip-flop will get triggered and the output of the first flip-flop will get 1, because of the input is given 1, so gets toggled. The previous output of the Q0 is 0, so the next clock pulse the output will be 1, and due to the Q0 is 1, the Q0 bar will be 0. So here the positive triggered clock is here, so the flip-flop 1 will not triggered, so the Q1 output will remain same, that is the 0 previous output. So in first clock pulse state the output will be 0 1. Here the Q0 is LSB and Q1 is MSB. In next clock pulse the first flip-flop 0 will get once again triggered, and it will get toggled. So output of the first flip-flop, that is a flip-flop 0, will get Q0 will 0, and due to that Q0 bar will 1, and that's why the flip-flop 1 will get triggered and the output of the Q1 will get 1. So in next state the output of the 2-bit ripple counter will be a 0 1. So like this, in every clock pulse the first flip-flop will get toggled 0 1 0 1. So here the output of the this, so once again it get toggled and 1 1 the output of, so that's why the Q0 is 1, Q0 bar will be a 0, and due to that the flip-flop 1 will not triggered and the output of the previous Q1 will remain same. The previous output is 1, so here the output is 1. Next clock pulse the flip-flop 1 will get toggled and the output of the Q0 is 0, so due to that Q0 bar will get high and the flip-flop 1 will get triggered and the output of the Q1 will get toggled, so 1 here it gets toggled and it will the output 0. So like this it will count 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 0. So total 4 state will count by this 2-bit ripple counter. So the number of states always count by the ripple counter 2 raised to n. Here the 2-bit, so 2 flip-flops are required, 2 raised to 2 or 4. So number of counting states are 4. Same as it is the another example for the 3-bit binary counter. So here the 3 bits binary ripple counter, so 3 flip-flops are required. Same concept are used here. The inputs are given to this all flip-flops. One, the clock is given only the first flip-flop, and further subsequent flip-flop will take the clock of the previous output. So here the positive edge triggered clock is given, so that's why the output of the Q bar is connected as the next flip-flop as a clock. So FF0 and FF1 and FF2, these are the 3 flip-flops, give the output Q0, Q1, Q2. Here the Q0 is LSB and Q2 is MSB. The output of the first very initially 0 0 0, so these 3 flip-flops will give the output 0 0 0, and after that when you are providing the clock, ultimately the first flip-flop will get triggered and it will give the output 1 0 0, then 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 1 1. So these 8 states will count by the 3-bit ripple counter, because of 2 raised to 3 is 8, so 0 to 7 will count by this 3-bit ripple counter. Same as it is, the propagation delay is asynchronous ripple counter binary. Here the delay is increased due to the number of flip-flops are increased. So this drawback is overcome in asynchronous counter. This is the example of 4-bit binary counter. It is given by the negative edge trigger, that's why the Q0 is connected as a input for the next flip-flop. So here the clock is given negative edge triggered and total 16, because of here 4 flip-flops are here, so that's why the total 16 clocks are or states will be counted by this flip-flop. The another concept is a mod counter. The mod counter means depends on the user choice how many states want to count. Here the user want to count only the states, depends on the user choice. So it required the logic for the clear. So here mod 6 counter, so producing from the 3 flip-flop, so total number of 8 states, but here the 2 states are ignored. Here this is a state diagram, shows exactly what happened. It will count 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1. So 1 1 0 and 1 triple 1, these 2 states will gets cut from the mod 6 counter, because of it only count the 6 states 0 0 0 to 1 0 1 1 2 3 4 5 6. These 6 states will count and these 2 states will gets encountered. So here the 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1. Once again it will count from the 0 0 0 1 0 0 like this. So this is a mod 6 counter. Like this we can create the mod 7, mod 12, like this, depends on your choice. So here this is the mod BCD counter, means mod 10 counter. The another concept, a synchronous or parallel counter. In a synchronous or parallel counter, this part we'll discuss in a next lecture. So I hope you clear the concept of a synchronous counter. Thank you for watching. We'll see the next part in the next lecture.